Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautifully chaotic day in the soap world, and we have an absolute mountain of drama to unpack. Grab your coffee, tea, or whatever you need to survive this week's episodes, because the writers are fully unhinged right now, and I am here for it. Let's dive straight into the madness. And honestly, I don't even know where to begin because the level of chaos happening on The Bold and The Beautiful right now is just off the charts. I mean, we have been watching this corporate war between Forrester Creations and Logan Creations completely tear these families apart for weeks now. But what happened today is just taking things to a whole new level of messy. And I am sitting here staring at my screen just shaking my head because I cannot believe the writers are actually going there. But they are. They really are. So let's talk about Katie Logan and the absolute bombshell she just dropped on herself and what she is planning to do with it, because it is going to change everything. So to set the stage a little bit, we have to look at the absolute wreckage that is currently happening in Los Angeles. Hope Logan Spencer has officially defected to Logan Creations. She launched Hope by Logan and it was a massive hit, but the collateral damage is just insane. Brooke has completely lost her mind. She disowned Hope. She evicted Hope and Liam from the cabin. She violently smashed a monitor in Katie's office and declared her own sister enemy number one. And Ridge is out here punching Bill Spencer in the face. Will Spencer is violently beating up R.J. Forrester over Elektra. It is a total mess, just a complete and utter toxic disaster. And Katie is sitting in the middle of all of this, watching her family literally bleed over a fashion line. But amidst all this corporate warfare, there is a real human tragedy happening in the background. A few episodes ago, we found out that Daphne Rose Walton received a completely devastating diagnosis. Dr. Lee Finnegan had to be the one to tell Daphne that she is suffering from early menopause and severe infertility. And my heart just breaks for Daphne and Carter. They wanted a family so badly. Carter is just shattered. And Steffy has actually been amazing, stepping up to support Daphne through this medical crisis, even while her own company is under attack. So this brings us to Katie. Katie decides she needs to go to the hospital. She goes to the hospital to find Lee Finnegan to ask about Daphne's diagnosis. Maybe Katie is feeling guilty about all the family drama and wants to genuinely help Carter and Daphne. Or maybe she just wants the inside scoop because Katie has always been a bit of a meddler when it comes to family health issues. I mean, she has had a heart transplant and a kidney transplant, so hospitals are basically her second home. But whatever her reason, Katie is walking through the halls of the hospital looking for Lee. And she doesn't find Lee, but she finds something else. Something so much worse. Or better, depending on how much you love drama. Katie is walking down the corridor and she passes by John Finn Finnegan's office. The door is cracked open, just a little bit. Just enough for someone to look inside, and Katie hears crying. Like deep, sobbing, hyperventilating kind of crying. Now, normally you would just keep walking, right? It's a hospital. People cry. But Katie recognizes the voice. It's Hope. So Katie stops. She peeks through the cracked door. And what she sees is going to literally blow up the entire show. She sees Hope sobbing uncontrollably. And she is not alone. She is wrapped in Finn's arms. But it is not just a friendly, "They're there, you'll be okay" kind of hug. No, it is way more than that. Katie watches as they are sharing intimate gestures that completely cross the line of friendship. Finn is holding her close, stroking her hair, whispering to her, and the physical closeness is just screaming that something else is going on here. They are crossing a massive line. Right there in the hospital, right there in the office. And I just started screaming at my television. What are they thinking? What is Hope doing? I mean, I get that Hope is in a terrible place mentally. Her mother just disowned her. She had a severe panic attack and fainted on the floor of the Logan Gallery. She is traumatized and fragile and feeling completely abandoned by the world. And Liam is trying to help. But let's be real, Liam is Liam. Sometimes he just doesn't know how to handle Hope's deep emotional trauma. So Hope apparently ran to Finn because Finn is the doctor. Finn is the healer. Finn is the guy who always wants to save everyone. But Finn? Really Finn? Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here because this is classic Hope Logan behavior. Whenever Hope is in distress, she leans on a man. And historically, she has a very bad habit of leaning on Steffy's men. First it was Liam, then it was Wyatt, then it was Liam again. Then she had that weird emotional dependency on Thomas. And now she is moving in on Steffy's husband. It is like a sickness. It's like the writers just can't help themselves. They have to put Hope in the orbit of whoever Steffy is with. And fans on social media are going to absolutely lose their minds over this. The Sin fanbase is going to riot. The Lope fanbase is going to be so confused. It is going to be a bloodbath on Twitter, you guys. And let's talk about Finn for a second because I am so mad at him right now. I am just furious. Finn literally just looked Steffy in the eye and promised her that he would never let her down. He promised he would never betray her. Now, that promise was specifically about Sheila Carter. Because we all know Finn just made the catastrophic mistake of hugging Sheila and agreeing to talk to Steffy about giving Sheila another chance. Which is already a massive betrayal, but this is a betrayal on a whole different level. Steffy is out there right now fighting a corporate war against Hope. Steffy views Hope as a traitor who is trying to destroy Forrester Creations and sabotage Eric's haute couture show. Steffy's rage toward Hope is at an all-time high, and where is her husband? Her husband is in his office, holding her mortal enemy in his arms, crossing romantic boundaries. It makes Finn look like the biggest hypocrite on the planet. He is supposed to be this loyal, devoted husband, but he is constantly being swayed by the tears of manipulative women. First his psycho mother Sheila, and now Hope. Finn has a massive savior complex, and it is going to destroy his marriage. Okay, maybe I'm being too harsh on Finn. No, actually, I'm not. He deserves all the criticism he is about to get. He is a grown man and a doctor. He should know about boundaries, but he has none. So let's get back to Katie. Katie is standing outside the door, looking through the crack. She is watching this highly inappropriate, intimate moment between Hope and Finn. And Katie's brain starts working. You can practically see the gears turning in her head. She realizes exactly what this is. She realizes the magnitude of this betrayal. This is happening right after Finn promised Steffy his loyalty. This is happening while Steffy is trying to destroy Logan Creations. And what does Katie do? Does she burst into the room and confront them? Does she gasp and run away? No. Katie pulls out her phone. She pulls out her phone and she hits record. She records the whole thing. The hugging, the crying, the intimate touches. She gets it all on video, and this is where I was just like, wow. Katie is playing dirty, but then I started thinking about why she is doing it. Because Katie's motivation here is actually incredibly complex and really fascinating. You would think Katie would want to use this video to destroy Steffy. Like, hey Steffy, look at your perfect husband with my lead designer. You would think Katie would use it as ammunition in the Forrester versus Logan war, but that is not what she is planning at all. Katie is standing there, holding this video, and she comes to a massive realization. She realizes that she has to use this video as a blackmail card to force Hope to leave Logan Creations. I know, right? It sounds crazy. Katie is the one who hired Hope. Katie is the one who built Hope by Logan. Katie just had the biggest fashion success of her entire career because of Hope and Deke Sharp. Why on earth would she want to force her star designer out of her own company? But if you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. Katie is looking at the absolute devastation around her. She is looking at the fallout of this fashion war. Brooke, her own sister, hates her guts and smashed her office equipment. Ridge, a man she respects, is physically assaulting her children's father, Bill. Will, her sweet son, has turned into a violent mess, beating up his own cousin RJ and losing the love of his life, Electra. The families are literally tearing each other apart. The cost of having hope at Logan Creations is just too high. It is destroying the Logan family and the Forrester family. Katie realizes that if this war continues, there will be nothing left. It will be an all-out war that could permanently destroy both top fashion families. The legacy of Eric Forrester, the legacy of the Logans, all of it will be burned to the ground. And Katie, despite being ambitious, actually loves her family. She loves Brooke. She loves Will. She doesn't want to see them destroy each other. So Katie decides she has to pull the plug. She has to end the war. And the only way to end the war is to remove the prize that everyone is fighting over, hope. If Hope leaves Logan Creations, the war ends. Forrester Creations gets their revenge, Logan Creations backs down, and maybe, just maybe, Brooke will calm down and the families can start to heal. But Katie knows Hope won't just quit. Hope is stubborn. Hope finally feels like she has creative control. She won't walk away voluntarily. So Katie is going to use the video. She is going to corner Hope and say, "You are going to resign from Logan Creations today, or I am sending this video of you and Finn to Steffy and Liam." It is brilliant. It is ruthless. It is cold, and it is absolutely brilliant. Katie is willing to sabotage her own company's success to save her family from completely imploding. She is willing to blackmail her own niece to stop the bloodshed. And honestly, I kind of respect it. I hate it, but I respect it. But let's think about what this actually means for the characters involved. What is Hope going to do? Hope is already hanging on by a thread mentally. She is having panic attacks. She is fainting. She feels abandoned by her mother. If Katie hits her with this blackmail, Hope might actually have a complete psychological break. She is going to feel so trapped. If she doesn't quit, Katie exposes her inappropriate relationship with Finn. If Steffy sees that video, Steffy will murder Hope. Literally, Steffy will end her, and Liam. Liam has been defending Hope this whole time. Liam offered her the Spencer mansion when Brooke kicked her out. If Liam sees that video of Hope seeking comfort in Finn's arms instead of his, Liam is going to walk away from her forever. Hope will lose everything. And what about Finn? Finn has no idea that his career and his marriage are currently sitting on Katie Logan's camera roll. Finn is already playing with fire by secretly helping Sheila Carter. If Steffy finds out that Finn is advocating for Sheila and getting intimately cozy with Hope Logan, Steffy will divorce him so fast his head will spin. There is no coming back from that double betrayal. Steffy can forgive a lot, but she cannot forgive Sheila, and she cannot forgive Hope. Finn is basically a dead man walking right now, and he doesn't even know it. And I just have to wonder, how long can Katie keep this a secret? Will she actually go through with the blackmail? Sometimes Katie gets cold feet. Sometimes her conscience gets the better of her. But I don't know. She looked pretty determined standing outside that door. She looked like a woman who has finally had enough of the chaos. It is just so wild how this show manages to weave all these storylines together. We started with a fashion rivalry, and now we have medical crises, corporate espionage, physical violence, and secret hospital romances. It is peak soap opera, and I am living for every single second of it. But I also have to ask, who actually believes this is going to end well? Because even if Katie successfully forces Hope to leave Logan Creations, the damage is already done. Brooke has already said she can never look at Hope the same way again. Elektra has already moved out of Will's house. Ridge has already declared war. You can't just put the toothpaste back in the tube. The trauma is there. And if Hope is forced out of Logan, where does she go? Forrester won't take her back. Steffy would rather burn the building down than let Hope back in. Hope will be completely exiled from the fashion industry. And maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe Hope needs to hit rock bottom to realize how much pain she has caused everyone. Or maybe I'm being too harsh on Hope. I know a lot of you guys love Hope and think she is just a victim of Steffy's bullying and Brooke's controlling nature. And sure, there is some truth to that. But you can't defend her being in Finn's arms. You just can't. There are literally millions of other shoulders to cry on in Los Angeles. Why does it always have to be Steffy's husband? It's a pattern and it's exhausting. I am so anxious to see the next few episodes. I want to see the exact moment Katie confronts Hope with that video. I want to see the color drain from Hope's face. I want to see if Finn tries to intervene. And honestly, part of me wants Steffy to find out. I know it would destroy her, but Steffy deserves to know the truth about who her husband really is. He is not the loyal, perfect man he pretends to be. He is weak. He is easily manipulated. And he is dangerous to her emotional well-being. So what do you guys think? Is Katie justified in using this video to blackmail Hope? Is she doing the right thing for the families? Or is she just being a cruel, manipulative CEO? And what is going to happen to Finn when this inevitably blows up in his face? Let me know all your thoughts, your theories, and your rants in the comments below. I will be reading all of them because I know you guys are just as fired up about this as I am. This show is just firing on all cylinders right now, and I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any updates because this storyline is moving fast and we are going to be covering every single messy detail of it. Until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and try not to blackmail your family members today.